how often do you actually looked at the LinkedIn of an applicant? What are some things that make a profile stand out? So this one may be more for me than for
Yeah.
you, but talk just a minute about if obviously you personally wouldn't use LinkedIn, but what you believe about the value of LinkedIn for students or not.
Yeah, I think the heart
And
of
Dave,
the
my head's bigger than yours, so
yeah.
I'm going to give you your hat back before I stretch it out.
Thanks, Sid. I didn't want to
No
bother
more
you either.
hats.
I think the spirit of the question is how often do you really look at resumes and what's on your resume? Because LinkedIn really is a forum to showcase what you've done. You know, one of the things that I advise students is make sure you're talking about your projects and your internships.
Yep.
Because I think we've all taken a class, we've all delivered on a particular project, but we don't know what that project really is. So most people are going to say like they've taken some sort of object-oriented programming or they've taken data structures. Most of us have been part of a project, but I think you want to describe the project. One of the things that I found when I go on particular campuses is like everyone takes one particular class and there's that one particular project, and so everyone lists built this robot or did this poker game, did something. I would make sure that you talk about what you contributed to that project and change it up slightly. The other thing that I would make sure that I highlight is your internships. It doesn't matter if you worked at Amazon or Google or some local tech company that no one's heard of. You want to just highlight what you did. And in the engineering space, like you want to talk about lines of code, what you put into production. If you're in finance, you want to talk about like what impact that you had, and who are some of the key internal stakeholders that you worked with. And so I think those are the things that stand out from resume to resume. The other thing that you want to make sure that you do, and not everyone understands this, when you look at a job description, whether you're looking at Amazon, whether you're looking at Facebook, Google, Microsoft, you're going to see basic qualifications and you're going to see preferred qualifications. You want to start with preferred qualifications to see if you meet those. And you want to make sure you highlight some of the things in the preferred qualification. So if preferred qualification says something to the effect of like an MBA, you need a minimum of 3 or 4 years of experience prior to your MBA. You want to make sure you highlight those preferred qualifications because most companies, if not all, are going to start with the candidates that meet the preferred, then go to the basic. And so anything that you can do to focus on the preferred qualifications is what I would recommend.
The other thing, that's great advice. I'll go back and talk about LinkedIn for a second. But for preferred qualifications, one thing to understand, particularly there's research that backs up the fact men will apply for jobs where they meet no more than 30% of the qualifications. We're very ambitious. Women as a group will tend not to apply unless they meet almost every bullet. So if you're a woman listening to this stream, or if that's you, regardless of gender, be aware that many people get hired who do not meet every letter of the qualifications. Those qualifications were written by some hiring manager, possibly me, who is dreaming up his or her perfect candidate. And you don't have to be that person if you're really good at a bunch of things and if you make a compelling case of why you're the right person for the role. And so just realize, yes, we prefer all of those things, but they're not some you must meet them all. They're like our dream unicorn who's going to solve all the world's problems for us. Now on LinkedIn, first I'll say, as everyone here knows, and as the Nash Nation showed up, Devin and I collaborate quite a lot, and we're planning our next collaboration. I'm pulling forward from the end of the show, but we'll probably collaborate next on networking, and we might. I haven't thought about this, Devin, but I'm assuming you're still listening. We could do a LinkedIn review. So we've done resume review. We could walk through a few people's LinkedIn profiles. And we could do a LinkedIn critique as part of networking because I think those two go together. So suggestion. That said, what are some things that make a profile stand out? again, it's the same thing that makes a resume stand out. Specific facts, numbers, and what you actually did. Um, LinkedIn is an amazing tool. I look for professional candidates. I now look at their LinkedIn 100% of the time. It's such because a lot of times resumes are out of date or incomplete. I do look at what other people have said about the person on LinkedIn. For students, it's probably less because we're judging you a lot. We're selecting based on your skills. So